You've probably been told that social media is where confident people shine. A feed packed with amazing photos is our modern-day proof of a life well lived, right? But what if some of the most self-assured people aren't even on the stage? What if real, unshakable confidence is actually found in the silence? It might surprise you, but choosing not to post isn't always a sign of insecurity. It can be a sign of profound inner strength. In a world obsessed with likes, filters, and performing for an audience, there's a quiet group of people choosing to stay invisible. You know who I'm talking about. Their profiles are ghost towns. Maybe their last photo was a blurry picture of their dog from 3 years ago. It's easy to assume they're just shy or that their lives are boring. But psychology suggests a much more interesting story. We're going to break down the powerful psychological reasons why avoiding the digital spotlight can be one of the ultimate signs of self-worth. Section 1. They run on internal validation. First things first, many people who don't post are running on a completely different fuel source: internal validation. Social media is built on the currency of external validation: likes, comments, and shares that give you a temporary dopamine hit. This can create what's known as contingent self-esteem, where your sense of self-worth goes up and down with every notification. People who opt out of this game often have a confidence that's intrinsic. It comes from the inside. They don't need 100 likes on a selfie to feel attractive or comments on a vacation photo to validate the good time they had. Psychologists call this having self-concept clarity, a stable understanding of who you are that doesn't depend on what other people think. They don't need the digital mirror to tell them they exist because they already feel whole. This frees them from the constant, draining anxiety of seeking everyone else's approval. Section 2. They treat privacy as a form of power. And that's not the only power play they're making. Truly confident people often understand that privacy is a modern superpower. In an age where every photo can give away data about your location, your relationships, and your habits, choosing not to share is a deliberate act of control. People who guard their privacy aren't necessarily secretive. They're just protective of their own story. They understand that once a photo is online, they don't really own it anymore. It can be screenshotted, twisted out of context, or used in ways they never saw coming. By keeping a firm boundary between their private life and a public persona, they control their own narrative. This isn't paranoia, it's high-level emotional intelligence. It's the quiet confidence that comes from knowing your life is your own, not just content waiting to be consumed. Section 3. They choose being present over performing. There's another layer here, the huge difference between living a moment and documenting it. The person not posting is often the one who's most absorbed in their own life. Think about it. While some of us are hunting for the perfect angle and wrestling with a witty caption, they're just there. They're listening to the story, tasting the food, and building real connections that don't need a photo to feel real. This reflects a quiet rejection of social media's performance culture. They seem to understand that most online profiles are just highlight reels, a filtered, curated slice of reality. Trying to measure up to those polished illusions is a recipe for anxiety. For some, it's better to have a messy, authentic life that is fully lived than a perfect-looking one that is constantly being performed for an audience. They choose peace over performance. Section 4. They have mastered their own attention. Finally, people who don't post have often mastered one of the most critical skills for the 21st century: managing their own attention. They know social media is designed to be addictive, basically a slot machine for your brain. By stepping out of the cycle of posting and then checking for a reaction, they're protecting their most valuable resources: their time and their mental energy. This isn't about hating technology, it's about using it with intention. Many of these people are still on social media. They might share articles, jump into discussions, or keep up with friends. The key difference? They're participating without turning themselves into the content. They are contributors, not performers. This shows a high level of self-regulation, proving they're in control of the tech, not the other way around. If the idea of finding confidence outside the digital spotlight clicks with you, think about subscribing for more breakdowns on modern psychology. We don't just scroll here, we decode the mind. Share this with someone who might need to hear it, and drop a comment below. What's your relationship with posting photos online? Choosing not to post isn't about being empty, it's about being full. It's the quiet confidence that your worth isn't measured by your visibility. It's knowing that a meaningful life doesn't need an audience to be real. While some are busy trying to be seen, the truly self-assured are often just busy living, secure in the knowledge that the best parts of life are the ones that never get posted. Their silence isn't emptiness, it's strength.